One of my favorite things about fishing is that it's unlike any other sport in the world. You ask a live animal to actively choose to participate in for you to be successful. No matter what you do, no matter how well you know the water, that fish has to choose to eat, and I can't force that. You can hunt, you can call a duck, you can call a deer, call a turkey, but I've never seen one jump out and take a bullet. For that reason, it's never the same. It's always a challenge. You'll never figure it all the way out, but that's part of what drives me and why I love it so much. My name is Justin Carter, and I'm the Senior Captain with Redfin Charters out of Charleston, South Carolina. I've been fishing pretty much my whole life. It's been something that I know that I can never completely figure it out, but I want to, and it drives me to do it. And I love sharing my passion with other people, and that's how I got into guiding.
My name is Joel Levine. I own Redfin Charters in Charleston, South Carolina. I fished my whole life. When I was younger, we'd grab cane poles and walk next door and fish the dock for brim and crappie. And I would sit there from sun up until sundown. And I did the same thing the next day and the same thing the next day, where I would just sit there out by myself and just catching these brim one after another. And I think that's where my love for fishing came from. So 10 years ago when I started Redfin, I was trying to find out as a company who we wanted to be, who we were as a company, and I took a break. I took a break from life and traveled around the world, and we fished a bunch of great lodges and a bunch of great charter companies just to see who we wanted to evolve to as Redfin is today. Charleston is unique for its dramatic tide change. It changes by 6 feet every 6 hours. It just makes for very unique fishing where you can sight cast for redfish on low tide and see them belly crawling across the mud, and then on high tide we can sight cast for them as they're tailing in the marsh grass. It's just so unique, and I think that's why I find it home.
We have a tremendous amount of species that come here, most of which aren't here all year long. We have a lot of fish that migrate up, but we have a very nutrient-rich system. We have 3 rivers that dump into the harbor. There aren't many places that have that kind of nutrient level coming in. It supports a tremendous amount of bait life. So it supports a large amount of predator fish too. One of my favorite things to do here in Charleston is going out to the jetties and fishing for bull redfish. When you hook up, it's an amazing bite. I love the way it feels because it is just this hard thump. You have to fight these fish. Everything that fish has, it's putting it up against you, and I'm putting everything I have up against that fish to get it out so that we can get it into the boat.
Trying to pattern the fish on where they're going to be on any given time, understanding where those fish are, and knowing on every given tide where those fish are. What we do for a living, for life, for love, for fishing, it is a total grind, and we get up every single morning to do this for our love for fishing. It is a sport like no other, a total grind from when we get up to when we go to bed. It is a sport like no other. It is a sport where a fish is involved and you have to get that fish to bite, where in any other sport it's just you and the game. With us, we have a whole nother entity involved. That's why I get up every morning to do this. My love for this is like no other.